So if you bumping on here, I can hear it all. So I'm like, I do all that kind of stuff, but just be mindful. Greetings, greetings. You have tapped into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul with Sister B Mello brings to you every first Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So we always ask you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. On the corner, you can find the corner, the artist talk. This is where we showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, and gospel R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative lived experience. The other part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of today's brilliant mind, along with the geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. The other part of the corner could be She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where you will hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what God has done and is doing in their lives, which are inspirational messages. Also, we are here highlighting Golden Lights Affirmation to impart healing medicine in the souls of the brilliant minds on today. Every second Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. This is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having mental wellness, healthy eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., we have Education is the Best Medicine. Host, founder, and producer, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization, which is community-based, health, educational, advocacy-based, and a resource-based organization that uses public media, resources, radio, newspapers, and church-based community health fairs to provide information and education. We believe vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday of the month, which is today from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, hosted by Miss Barbara Howard, aka Sister B Mello, founder and producer of the Eyes of the Conscious Soul, and her co-host, Mr. George Pearson. Our co-host on today is not here, but is the doc, the voice, and the Prince of Parts. In their absence, you know I'm standing there taking care of business. We have real talk conversations with individuals, organizations, community leaders, business owners, and you from around the Bay Area to across the globe. Every fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care. This is where we highlight reentry and mental wellness. But today's show, I'm excited to have these brothers in this studio with me on today. I am going to allow them to share their names and who they are and what organization that they are from, and then we'll go from there. Today's theme, and I'm like, oh my God, I wrote it on. I wrote it on there. Do you have your email, or if not, we stay tuned. It's about our ancestors in a nutshell. It's about the call of our ancestors and the work that they call for us to do. So we step in purpose, on purpose, and doing our thing because we've been chosen for the call. So today I have Mr. Zach in the studio with me. Give me your first name and last name, sir.
Yes, what's happening, y'all? My name is Zach Simon. First of all, I am a friend, a mentor, a brother,
Hey, a brother
to many folks. I'm also a doctoral student in clinical psychology, and I am the student chapter chair of the Association of Black Psychologists.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Elijah.
Yo. My name is Elijah Virich-Tevin. I'm also with the Association of Black Psychologists, the VP of Student Affairs. I'm also I think at this point like a 6-7 year member of Kappa Alpha Psi.
Oh,
shout out!
Hey, stay to the bread then.
And yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Okay, well, we thank you for being here. I'm excited. Our Zoom call with the Bay Area Black Psychologists, I was honored to be one of the guest speakers on there talking about my substance use disorder. And I hope and pray that it had empowered, encouraged our community. And this is what we are about. And as we said before, it's about walking in our calling. And
That's
every lived experience and everything that you've been through, I tell people, good, bad, ugly, challenging, your story counts, because what the anointing from you will ooze out to somebody else if they've been through that same, experience. So lived experience is the key. I get it. I'm grateful and thankful for every person, situation.
Yeah.
But before we go there, I do want to say Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa on today.
Yeah.
And but to piggyback off of saying it is so important that we believe. We believe in our dreams. We believe in hope. We believe in our call. And I'm so grateful that the ancestors called us. It's like, oh my Lord, all y'all calling us to do all these different things. But however, they're like, don't you wait a minute now. All the things that we've been through, it's y'all turn to step up. So I'm excited. So could you first give kudos to the family?
Yes.
We have to say kudos to the family. If you would.
Yes, kudos to my mom.
Yay,
my mom for birthing me and also teaching me who I am today.
All right.
Also my father, for
their names.
Yes. First of all, Tasha Key Ford is my mother's name.
Oh, hi, Mom. That's right. She'd be like, wait a minute, son.
And then my father, Robert Oliver Simon, is my father. And, he's taught me a lot. And so I aim to be a loving husband and father.
Yes.
Based on my family and also my ancestors. And it's wonderful doing this work.
Oh, thank you. I know they're proud. And there's you have any teachers, mentors you want to add on up in there too?
Oh, so many.
So many, but
Yeah. First, I got to shout out Dr. Wade Nobles.
Yay!
As being a very wise mentor to a lot of what I know related to African-centered mental health.
Yes.
And then also I've had many spiritual guides and spiritual leaders. I want to shout out to my very first spiritual leader, Jubilee Tang.
Okay.
He really helped me tap into the power of God and really acknowledging who I am as a child of God and the meaning of that. And
come on now, let's go.
Really enjoyed being mentored and stewarded by Jubilee Tang.
Thank you. And Mr. Elijah.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta shout out the family. I tell my parents this: they raised a revolutionary.
Hey.
In between life. So shout out to my mom, Tanya Virich-Tevin. So I'm biracial. I'm half Black and half Asian, and I think a lot of culture you learn from your mom.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the person I am today without my mother.
Come on.
Shout out to her.
That's right.
Shout out to my father as well.
Yeah.
Michael Virich-Tevin. I mean, what a man should be. What manhood should embody. And they had an interracial relationship in Maryland in a time period when a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
They were doing social revolution and they created a son based on that concept.
Okay.
And now the Sun Speak Social Revolution. So shout out to them for allowing me to be here and planting that in my body, you know.
I hope you guys can feel the ancestors up in here on tour. They're like, let's go. We're here to do this because, you know, it's so important to me to make sure that my platform is used. I'm not selfish because I know I've been called to do this work, and I will always extend my platform to whatever I'm doing to someone else, because I'm just a servant. I'm just here passing through this pilgrim land, but going through different situations and things in life. But I do know my purpose and what I'm here to do. And I've been a motivator, encourager all my life, you know. So I'm grateful. As my father our parents owned Wendy's Cheesecake Bakery in the Bayview District in San Francisco. So I come from entrepreneurship and I come from taking care of your community, your village. My father didn't play that. He like, every person that walks through these bakery doors are extended to you. And when they come through these doors, you treat them as such. And he said it didn't matter if they come through there with a penny to billions of dollars. You treat them all the same.
And Dr. Nobles would say that's African. That's being African.
Let's go.
You know.
Come on. That's being African. And being African. And I'll say this. In my household, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud.
That's right.
My father extended that, shared that with his girls. You know, it was like, you remember who you are as a Black woman. You walk in integrity and you be what you're supposed to be. Even though I was the only one that slipped over into the other lane. But I believe it was a part of my calling. It was a part of my purpose, because I now can share with somebody else about substance use disorder.
Love that.
You know, so I tell people, as you build and as your life, the stones and the you know, when you building foundation and when you're building, you use it. God uses everything.
Right.
So, and I tell folks, it don't matter. It doesn't matter, because your story is to empower and encourage somebody else. So I'm so grateful.
Amen and ashe.
Hey, amen and ashe. Yes, sir. But as you were saying, Dr. Nobles, you know, back to the Black power, you know, back to owning who we are as a people.
Right.
And I raised my children that way, even though you're going to be in society and they're going to call you all kinds of different things, but you better know who you are. And that's what my father installed in us. And I'm grateful to him, Mr. Willie James Howard and Mrs. Ernestine Howard. And again, that was Wendy's Cheesecake Bakery in San Francisco. And they were four of the oldest African-American businesses in the city. So it was Mark, and I say this all the time because you give credit where credit is due. It was Everett & Jones. It was Marcus Bookstore. It was Duke City. Okay. And it was my parents, and it was another one. I can't think of them in my brain. I'm sorry. But however, the village raised me before I even went out there. You know, I had, there was a lady, was one of my mentors, was Miss Osceola. And they named a street after her in San Francisco, and you get an opportunity to pull her up from Bayview.
Wow, that's impactful.
And then Sophia Maxwell, the supervisor of Maxwell, her mom poured into me. And they were coming in talking to my parents. And of course, I'm sitting amongst, I had to do the work.
Right.
So I'm listening, and didn't know at that time that their spirits was being poured into me. Right. And I am the call of the ancestor is Harriet Tubman. I
Love
know
that.
She called me, like, good, you better do this work. You know? So is there anybody that in our ancestors that call you guys to do the work that you do? Is there anybody that resonates with you?
Yeah, I can go for so me and Zach were just talking about
look at this, all in alignment.
We were just talking about, he was saying how, so we in our seminar maybe 2 weeks ago, I had said how I came in this term like the people psychologist.
Yeah.
And so why the people? Like I'll shout out Fred Hampton. 21 years old.
Come on.
Right. Chairman of Black Panther Party. What he talked about was the people.
Yes.
Right. Like the Black power, Asian power.
That's right. All
power to all people. Right? And so when I think about like even here, like the biggest catalyst that we have, it's social currency is ourselves. So right, like who I'm working for is the people.
Come on now.
So shout out to Fred Hampton.
Say that again.
Shout out to Fred.
Say that again.
Shout out to Chairman Fred. I think about even with him, people he was inspired by Brother Malcolm.
Yeah.
So we got to shout out Brother Malcolm. I'm constantly inspired by Thomas Sankara.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at like what he did was revolutionary in political scene, and he did that by empowering the women. I mean, shout out Sankara. Last person I'll say too.
This your show. You guys. If you want to go
shout out Ibrahim Traore as well. Shout out Ibrahim Traore. And yeah, like these people inspire identity in us, and they inspire us to be the best people that we can be. I would have never had the courage to even get to like my age, or I'm 25. I would never had the courage to talk until I seen Chairman Fred. I seen him 21.
Wow.
Right. Then he's changing the game. So
change the game. That. Come on now.
Love that.
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
You know, these last couple months, I've been really going deep with relying on Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
Really resonating with my spirit at the moment. Right? What is it like to have this mission of uplifting the people and have to do that in secret and have to learn how to play the game?
Come on.
Of having to make quota, of having to put a smile on your face and helping uplift the people.
Yes.
Of creating your own underground railroad. And the reason why Harriet Tubman really resonates with me these days in this season is how do Black folks navigate the corporate world in academia?
Oh, let's go.
And so how do I create a system of being able to uplift Black students and also Black folks in corporate America in a way that allows them to play the game,
yes,
but also have their own quote unquote underground railroad.
That's it.
And so I gotta say, there's a way of being that oftentimes.
Can you say that again? A way of
being. There's a way of being that is really difficult and challenging and complex to have your own underground railroad and navigate systems. And so I've been really honoring folks just like Harriet Tubman who have given me the power to do what I do today.
Oh my goodness. And what just comes to mind for me, and I'm gonna go back to we're gonna shift back to your upbringing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna walk us the community through that. But when you were saying the Underground Railroad, oh my God, that was so significant because I like the analogy, I like the metaphor that you used, because it's in times we got to go underground. We got to find the recipe, the medicine to, like you said, to serve and to inspire and to encourage the youth that we're and the young adults that we have today.
Right.
Because I believe that's what's missing is that we're just walking through the world, but not really using it, our power to do that underground piece of what I know I really have to be about and to be about being. Right. So with that,
and can I add one thing?
Oh, child, this is it's the ancestor time. No, you chime in and add in when you want to. This ain't my show. This is our show.
No, but too right, exactly. Yeah. The last session, right? When you called the Harriet Tubman, so that made me think. And I watched the movie. I never seen it, so I watched the movie. And really got into the story, and the thing made me think. I remember in the beginning, right? And to your point, you're talking about like, right, the catalyst. So I remember, okay, God, she was getting visions from God, right?
Come on.
So I didn't know this, but then before, I remember in the beginning they had like the plantation preacher.
Yeah.
So now there's two different messages of God.
Yes.
And I should think the thing I thought about is even, and I talk about this, or think about this some within us as being mental health clinicians. They talk about what spiritual awakening or psychosis. Now, what would they have said Harriet Tubman was? They would say she was crazy. They would have said she had a neurocognitive disorder. And she was crazy, but right, she was able to back and forth. So we think about, and I remember I was telling you, is it insanity or genius?
Yeah.
Right, with these young, and when our identity is supported, right? Harriet Tubman was genius, but if we would have left it to the Europeans, they would have called her insane.
Exactly.
And so I just thank you. I say for like bringing Harriet Tubman to the front, and doing that research. I'm like, wow, like I didn't really know the story. I didn't know how hard she was going. So yeah, I just wanted to add.
Yeah.
And you know, I boy, this is so good. When you had said about God speaking to her, that's how I've been doing my work for these so many, I would say 37 years from then in that state. Is that when I was sharing before, is that God told me substance use disorder, and that was crack, cocaine. And I did it cold turkey.
Wow.
And God was speaking to me.
Amen.
And he was speaking to me, and he's been speaking to me since then. Yeah. And all of the entire work that I've done through our nonprofit, through community, through events, through mentoring, the whole nine, is the voice that I hear, that I've heard when it told me what to do and how to get off that drug. So when you were saying that, and people think I'm crazy, and you can't tell everybody that. This is what I'm saying. So I thank you for bringing that to light for me. So in moving in 2026 and moving forward, it's the dating scene.
Right.
I'm over here, can't compose myself. But however, oh my God, how powerful that is. And then there it is again. That's the part of that underground.
Yeah.
That's the part of the spirit speaking to you underground. And you said in the way of being and the way of moving.
Yeah.
That's them.
And I was just listening to Dr. Akbar. I love Dr. Naima. He was talking about we don't what he was saying was, we don't have to give it any more power because Europeans say it. So it doesn't matter if we think it's real. That's what it is.
And that's what it is.
That's that's where our power is. They say we don't have to wait for someone to say, oh yeah, no, you this is what it is. This isn't a mental disorder. This is God. You know what it is. We've known. And then even when Dr. Knows and they talk about with the internship in AV we're learning the language to the things that we already all know as African people.
Yeah.
And and it wasn't until I was doing I used to work at the West Oakland Youth Center. And so they would do I was the events coordinator there. Yeah. And so all of the events and everything, and we would have our meetings there. And it was in that meeting is when I was able to because of what I was being taught by the Baird Black psychologist, I was being able to then put in what I do. Because I thought people they just couldn't understand how I would move. And I couldn't at the time, it was hard for me to give words to what I do.
Yeah.
And
it's hard.
And it's hard for me to talk about myself.
Right.
I can talk about other people. I can encourage them. But when you start asking me a question about me, because I'm not about me, it's my life is about helping others. It's hard. It's hard. Excuse me. HELL to talk about myself. And it's hard to talk about what I do. It's just come and see what I do.
Right.
And then when you see it, it's like, oh my God. Oh, wow. You do. Oh, yeah. It's like, because I even ask people, you tell me what I do.
Yeah.
What do I do for you? What do I bring to the world? Yeah. Because I don't want to define it.
Yeah.
Because when I defined it, I limit it. That's limiting to me. And I'm not about being limited. These nails is about being extraordinary, not ordinary. So with that, and I'll just give the history on them, is that God, as I was coming off, my nails was just growing and growing and growing. And then he said, I'm going to use these as a way to have a conversation piece to the youth and to others. And what I share is that what looks impossible is not. Doesn't matter where you come from or what you've been through. You make it work. You figure out ways. And people ask me, Miss B, how do you put on your nails? How you put your belt on? How you tie your shoes? And it's like, I figure out a way.
That's
and
right.
It's just like if you are coming from in the ghetto or whatever the case, you make a way. We've always made a way. That's our underground. That's our spirit. That's our medicine. We've always made a way. So with that, I tell everybody, be extraordinary, not ordinary. No one person is the same. And what society sets us up as, they'll look at you like, you don't fit in. Oh, yes, I do.
Pathologizing.
Come on.
Yeah.
And say that again.
Pathologizing.
Okay.
We got a pill for your assimilation. There you go.
Come on. And it's like, and this is how I got in trouble. Because growing up, I was taught not to fit in, be myself.
Right.
And then when I start wanting to fit in, that's how I got over into that. Right. It's because somebody else is doing it. Then, of course, I started doing it. I'm 17 years old, 16, 18 years old.
Yeah.
So then here we go. So, but then when I found God, when he brought, oh my God, everything started making sense to me. It's like, no, you're supposed to be different. You're supposed to show other people that they can be different.
That's right.
And not be just don't be what the people say.
Yeah.
No, because you have a purpose, you have a call, and to be able to horn in and walk in that is the key. So, oh my God. Yeah. Did you want to add or say anything with that?
I love that. And can I share a little bit about my story?
Child, wait a minute. So wait, let me let's go first. Tell me about your childhood first.
Yeah.
And then we're going to walk right over into that.
There we go. Yes. So I was born in Queens, New York.
Okay.
Raised mostly in the Bay Area. And when I left New York, I was about 3.
Oh.
And my brother was 1. And my mother came to California with $27 in her pocket.
Wow. Come on. Let's go.
And she did not know
Underground
California.
Railroad.
That's right.
Work underground. Come on now.
She came to California and we didn't know where we were going to live. She had $27 in her pocket, didn't know who to communicate with. We were on the Caltrain, didn't know where to stop. And so she randomly heard a voice from God saying, stop at Palo Alto.
Yes.
And she didn't know where Palo Alto was, what Palo Alto is, but we stopped at Palo Alto and she thought about the first person who she could call who could give her a job.
Yeah.
And so from then on out, we were able to live in East Palo Alto.
Yeah.
And this was in the 90s. And I don't know if you know East Palo Alto in the 90s, but East Palo Alto in the 90s was the ghetto.
Okay.
It's not now,
right.
But it used to be considered the ghetto. And so I grew up low income, right? My parents struggled to pay bills. Every month we struggled to find food on the table. Every month we struggled to pay bills. You know, I lived off Top Ramen. I lived off TV dinners, and peanut butter jelly sandwiches. And so eventually, you know, through hard work, you know, my mother and father got their own jobs. They split, but they got their own jobs, and I was able to go to college. And, you know, now I'm grown up and really tapping into what I learned from both of them. And it's been quite an eye-opening experience seeing this, you know, family, me, growing up from the ghetto to being able to now go to graduate school and get my doctorate. And it's been very exciting.
My God. My God.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, my God. Yes, congratulations. And you know, and this is what we're trying to say, community. We're bringing you information. You just have to make things work.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out a way. And God will speak with him, talk with him, and beg him, beseech him, and ask him to guide. And that's what she did.
Yeah.
And she didn't know, but she just trusted. And now here we are today.
Yeah.
And this is what we want to also say is that if you're on welfare, if you in whatever the case, it doesn't matter where you are. Still, with you and your children or yourself, please know that there are so many organizations there. You may not at this moment have what you want to have, but you are still alive.
Yeah.
And you are breathing. And if you're doing that, you're living.
Yeah.
Because this is what I tell people, you are not going to be able to take your house, your car, your money. The only thing you take into your grave is your story.
Yeah.
So that story is going to inspire somebody else. And don't be afraid of your story. Tell your story.
Right.
Because to me, that's power.
Yeah.
That's power when you can tell your story. And you can own it. And I own mine. Every part of it, good, bad, ugly, and challenging. I own it. But it made me who I am today. So and as you were saying, getting ready, a doctorate program, graduating from college. If a person may be sitting at home right now thinking that they can't make it, we are living testimonies. Yeah. That yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And it's George just said it on the thing on the conference the other day. And if we are resilient recovery, and not only that, when I was on my way here, it's redeemed resilience. We are redeemers, resilience. And this is this is who we are. And you just showed the resilience of your mom, resilience of you, and resilience. This is why we're here. Yeah. It's the resilience of our ancestors. It's the resilience of the people that came before us. Yeah. So tapping into them and being with them, man, can't nothing stop you. And don't let nothing stop you. The only thing can stop you is you. Yeah. You know, and I get it, but find your village.
Yeah.
Get people, be around folks, you know, and then you're gonna discover you'll gain your power. They're gonna infuse power in you, and then you're gonna walk in your purpose.
Yeah, community was key in overcoming poverty.
Yes.
You know, after we moved to California, we relied heavily on people to provide a place to live, people to provide some money to pay the bills. We relied, babysitters to take care of my brother and I. It's all thanks to God and the people He's put in our life.
Yes, and society would make you think, oh, because you got to ask folks or ask for help that's a. I ain't gonna say the word on here.
That's baloney.
I'll say that's baloney, people. That's baloney. But go ahead, Elijah, and share about your upbringing.
Yeah. So, and like I resonate how you said, I'm so used to letting people talk about themselves.
Yeah,
talk about myself.
I'm not alone.
I grew up in Maryland, in PG County, Maryland. And so like maybe some like PG County is a very interesting thing. I remember, so I went to college in North Carolina, and essentially I didn't know, like the first time I realized that Black people wanted a farm was like
and we created the farms.
Right. But so I said
we built the farms.
I guess maybe what I mean when I say that is,
but I get you.
Yeah, I grew up where we call, for instance, where I used to grow up is Wakanda. So I got a very interesting perspective.
Say that again.
We used to call it Wakanda. Right?
Wakanda?
Yeah, because
You're kidding me.
PG County was at one point the most affluent.
Wow.
The most affluent county for Black Americans. Right,
whoa!
Which also is something, because it's not a bad area, but right,
no, I'm just saying
they're still good and bad.
That was for the I'm thinking about the movie and all of the power that came from that, and then you guys come.
Right.
Go ahead.
Like even like go-go music, for instance, is something that's in DC, and go-go music is big drums, right? So you for instance, there was a Adele song like "Hello," and you just put drums on top of it. But the more we learn even here, like those drums are the African drums.
Come on now.
So like what I say is like the DMV is a space. It's not perfect, but very much in tune with what it means to be African.
Yeah, love that.
And that's what we need here in here,
yes,
back in America over here.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
And so I guess maybe what I think the thing that was coming up when the thing that was coming up, I remember, and maybe not necessarily as much childhood, but so what I'll say is this inspired a certain energy within myself.
Yes,
right? And I like. Dr. Nobles talks about what power is the ability to find your reality.
And
have that reality. Like power is the ability to find your reality, have that reality recognized by others. So like that's gold.
That's gold.
I was in my power, right? I joined my frat in college, and I remember, right, like I remember talking, and this is one of my friends now, who's my frat brothers, and I told him when I had made the switch to psychology, because I realized our mind was the most important thing. I told him like, hey,
come on now,
this is what we need as a people, right? And I didn't know anything about psychology. So you talk about the people, I didn't know anything about it.
Yes.
But I just started studying. I started studying, right? I stopped going out. Right? I started dedicating myself to the goals. Right? Like I started going into
say that again.
Like just I started dedicating myself to the goals, and like instead of like running away from the suffering, I started going into it. Wow. Right. So now even
that's the underground.
Yeah, right, sure. So now let's keep that underground analogy. Yeah. Like I was the president of my frat, right? And I'm going down this railroad, and my friends are like, Elijah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? Stay above ground.
Yeah.
But so now, right, 2-3 years later, they like I'm telling them, I'm going to be on a radio show. They realize the underground will get you to freedom. Right. And so I remember there was a time period where I was longing for mentorship, and I used to cry and stuff, and I had so many people around me, but I used to feel like I was alone. But now I realized that I always had my ancestors. I always had something there guiding me to get to here. So just in the concept of like, right, I guess I said the saving the childhood, like regardless of where you come from, like when you realize your power, or you realize that like that is all you have to have.
That's right.
Like you said, everything else will come, but like you can't lose the power within yourself.
Yeah.
Because the power is the medicine.
Right.
The medicine, your call is the medicine that is going to give back to the world. So my medicine, your medicine, and this is what we're doing. We're just exercising our medicine, and we make it so complex. Society make it so complex. Like, don't get lost in the sauce, whatever. Don't get lost in that illusion. Don't get lost there. Understand, go back to how we survived and operated.
Right. That's right.
And if you go back there and you use those tools, and it was community, it was the village, it was it said Ubuntu. I see the king in you and queen in you and vice versa.
Right. That's right.
In Ubuntu, we need to do that. When I'm walking down the street, people think I'm crazy because I speak to everybody. I say hello, and it's like that doesn't take power from me.
Yeah.
When I smile, when I'm being me. That's us. Yeah. But we didn't switch and we didn't took on this society. Is like, what you looking at me for? Why you strong? It's like, oh my God! It's like, didn't mean to look at you, didn't mean to say hello, didn't mean to smell. But I'm gonna be me, whether you like that or not. Because we need to be the light in the world.
That's right.
Once again, you have tuned in to Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. Boy, we are having an ancestor God alignment up in this space.
That's right.
We can feel the presence of them. But you have tapped into Believe Radio again, which is a 24-hour inspirational music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul, Sister B. Mello. Brings to you every first Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, which is the Artist Talk, Why I Dream, She Who Believes takes off the mask. Every second Saturday is the Medicine Hour with the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And the third Saturday is Education is the Best Medicine. And then we have the fourth Saturday is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show, which you are tuned in today. And every fifth Saturday of the month is Voices That Care. And this is where we highlight reentry and mental wellness. Oh my God, today it's about us, the call of our ancestors and standing in our power. And this is what we are here doing today. And I have Mr. Zach and Elijah in here. We are hopefully, prayerfully sharing information that will inspire you to walk into your power, But again, we are servants. We're just here. We're passing through.
Yeah.
So the ancestors tell me, you do what you can do to pass down legacy, and let that be the reason. And that's where we are. And the Bay Area Black psychologists, that's what they're doing, is lending that hand. Can you also share what we're doing now a little bit, if you like, to share about
I can
yeah.
So even I had two things. So even you talk about, like the ancestors.
Yes.
Right. And so the thing I would like to probe to people listening, like especially you listening, is like you're already doing what the ancestors are doing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Right. Let's talk about it. Right. And so Dr. Nunley made a good point. Yeah. I remember she was asking us about like the music and stuff that the young people listen to now. And one thing we started talking about was like mumble rap.
Yeah.
And I like it thrown away. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think it's like right what you're talking about. And she's like, well, what is it? I was saying like, I started trying to explain the song. And the first song that came to my head was like Young Thug's song, Lifestyle, right? But I remember even too growing Young Thug, when it comes to just even wrote like very, very influential.
Yeah.
You don't know the words to the song. But what Dr. Jones said is you do know the rhythm. Right? And right, we have to understand is energetics, sound empowers our souls.
Yeah.
It did it thousands of years ago and it does it now. So you cannot say, even as a young person, that you're not African, because if the music helps you feel something,
come on,
that's African.
Yeah.
Right. That's African. So ABSI does stuff like that, like getting and understanding who our identity and understanding that the stuff that we're doing is power. And then it can change that insanity to that genius. Now I understand that this is the power of this music. This is what it is. Now imagine how it changes that young person's psychology. Yeah. I know. Also, I don't think shout out Dr. Nunley 1,000 million trillion times.
That's my sister.
Yes, very president. And I know one thing we were even excited to work on it. So we went to the UK. ABSI had a conference, right? And it was virtually. And the one thing in the UK they have is this thing called Saturday schools, right? And so essentially, and she was talking about they've had these things for over 50 years. And what they do is they supplement what they don't learn in school. So they teach them their identity. They teach them about collectivity, right? They're a part of sports. They're a part of dance and things. And so I was talking about, I'm like, right, like this. I remember I texted him like, this reminds me a little of like the free the free breakfast program.
Yes.
We got to start this out here.
Yeah.
Right. And so even the goal, I don't know, me and her, is how can we intersect the youth and the people that are doing the work now.
Right.
Yes.
In collectivity. Last thing I'm saying, then I'll let Zach add too. Another thing is just like Wellness Warrior Project.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Come on.
And the goal essentially with Dr. Nunley, again, her genius, like, is to employ the community. So she's employing black men from all walks of life. So we have educated, we have reinstitution, like coming back from the system.
Yeah.
Substance abuse. We have professors, and we're gonna figure out the people are gonna figure out how we can help the community, how we can make research, how we can pass grants to get the things that we need. The last thing I'll say is the Bay Area, like AB stresses within me, is we can't allow other people to decide what we need for us.
The narrative.
We need to do our own research, figure out what we need, and then get that.
Yes.
That's right.
Come on.
I love that. I got to add what I'm doing because they definitely relate.
Add all y'all. This is y'all show. Please. Please.
Yeah. So I work primarily with Black men in the field of mental health. And it's been wonderful just incorporating who I am as a Black man.
Yes.
I have been breakdancing for over 10 years.
Come on now.
I'm a b-boy. And so incorporating movement and rhythm as I work with Black men has been wonderful.
Yes.
Especially in the Bay Area where I can incorporate energetics and being able to just to tap into our Africanness is wonderful, right? Getting in touch with how we move and how is that connected to how we feel and how we be in the world. Have those critical conversations with many Black men in therapy about how do we understand ourselves and how do we understand our people. And so through AB Psi, I'm able to learn how do I incorporate my Blackness, my Africanness in working with Black folks? How do I be authentic in my work with Black men? Right? How do I understand my mission and purpose?
Watch yourself.
Right? God has been really telling me, this path of wanting to be a loving husband and father. Yes. And so how do I learn how to be
a loving wife?
That's right.
Y'all pray for me. I'm looking to be a loving wife.
You are in prayers.
Yes, please.
But yeah, it's, I desire to be a loving husband and father. And it's been amazing working with Black men who are with and fathers. And I'm sort of taking pieces from them in my work with them in this sort of intergenerational well-being where I'm learning from older men, how to step up and be a loving husband and father.
Yes. Oh my God. And what just landed on me when you were saying the puzzle.
Yeah.
We are a piece of the puzzle.
Right.
And we're just asking community, we would hope, we would pray that you acknowledge your power and be a piece of the puzzle that our ancestors have called us to do.
Yeah.
And that puzzle, I was just thinking on my way here, listen to a gospel song, and it was talking about, every piece of the body is important. And sometimes, like us, everybody in the village is important. No one's better than the other.
Right.
Yeah.
We all need each other. But society has set us up as though, because you don't have that or you don't look like this, you're not good. It's like, no, let's change that transformation of the mind, body, soul, and spirit to go back to knowing that we got purpose we got things to do. We got to believe, to believe, to be on the radio. I started this type of work underground. Underground radio is where I started in San Francisco. It was BVHB. And it's Bayview Hunters Point radio. So with Brother Mike. So and he just came into our shop, my parents' shop, and he heard my voice. He said, "Have you ever thought about doing radio?" And I was like, "No." But he said, "I'm doing it underground, and I would like for you to come on my show."
Look at that.
And that's how the eyes of God gave me, the eyes of the conscious soul. So that's how that was developed. And then before then, it was another brother. His name was Maestro Bryant with the jazz hieroglyphics. So with Maestro coming into our shop, yes. Have you ever thought about doing poetry? And I was like, no. Says your voice. And I'm like, okay. So he said, I want you to come to my church and I want you to create a poem and I want you to recite it. So I was like, okay. And it was first time and he was like, oh my God, sister.
Yeah.
He said, so we got to come up with a name for you. And I'm like, okay. And he said, Sister B. And then I said, oh, let's add Mellow. Sister B Mellow.
I
so that's
love
how
that.
I got my name. And
the origin story.
The origin story. So through my doing the poems, the poetry, and the whole nine,
right.
That's how I got my stage name was Sister B Mellow. And then I would do poetry, and they would play jazz in the background. So I was on, I did the set with the hat, and doing jazz.
I can envision that.
Yeah. Yes. And I just thought about that like a couple months ago, and I was like, oh my God, that was my first time being in front of people. And I had a black hat, all black, and I was just sitting on a bar stool, and I was doing my poetry, and they were playing the jazz behind me, and I was like, oh my God,
that's a vibe.
And that was a vibe. And so again, the underground, I didn't know what that was going to lead to, but now it also, God gave me the reason why the devil wanted to take my voice is because God needed to use it.
Ooh, that's deep. That's
so cool. With smoking crack, of course, you know what does it do? It'll take your voice, it messes up your throat. And so in doing that, what it does, it tears up stuff in here. To thank the Lord, thank you, Jesus, that I none of that happened. But then as I got older, I was like, I got the game. I'm like, I peeped game on that. I was like, oh, that's why you're trying to take me out. Because the Lord was going to use my voice. And I was like, oh, and this is what we're saying to you. Situations and things that you may be encountering. Don't let it take away your purpose. Lean in. Like you just said, you leaned into the suffering part and understood it better. And that's what I leaned in. And then I got that information download is that this is why. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on the people in your life. People didn't just decide to be on drugs. And this is what we need folks to understand. Things happen, trauma happens. But however, and people just don't decide to wake up to be abused. These different things. So we need community. We need individuals walking in medicine, but empower yourself and know that. Be around, get safe. Be around individuals. Be around people that's going to pour into you. The higher power, God, I'm telling you, I asked God, and I'm going to leave this on this. I asked God, if you real, show me you real.
That's right.
And that's when he started talking to me. And I was sitting there getting ready to get out. And he started talking. I was like, I felt like something wrong with you. But it wasn't. It was him speaking to me. And he's been speaking ever since. But I said all that to say I almost died 4 times.
Wow.
So, it's like I already know. There's a power in the call of why I was supposed to be here. And I thank God that he's been holding me, that he's been keeping me. And as I said before, and I said on the Zoom on our conference, is that even though I've been 37 years clean, still, the devil is tricky. You can be in these spaces that he'll have you try to. And I'm telling you, he came to me like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold it. You want me to throw away everything? But God says you're gonna get tempted. It'll come. But he'll make up a way of escape. And I was so grateful that he did. And I thank God for my village. I thank God for the spirit that's inside of me. I have more power in me than that. And I was like, but I didn't, and it would be, who knows? I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Follow God's calling.
Oh my God. But I am so grateful that you guys are here today. Time flies when we're having fun. But I do want to go back to what transformation in your spirits that got you, where were you and what time was it in your life in that season that you were like, oh, I need to check my stomach. I'm growling, I'm sorry. It's that pivot, that change, that something that made you go, what is it?
Yeah, I will share. It's this season. This season has been really calling me to tap into the abundance of life, tap into the abundance of what God is providing, tap into the abundance of opportunity. I think now is the moment where I would love to start capitalizing on things that will align myself with being a loving husband and father. Right, getting connected with groups and organizations and working with Black men, and also doing the inner work. doing the inner work.
I had to do that.
Yeah.
I had to forgive. I had to forgive myself, and I had to forgive others that got me to how I started with that. So go ahead. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. The abundance of opportunity in life has been so attractive lately in my life.
Beautiful.
I feel like there's so much out there that will align myself with my goals if I just reach for it.
Ooh.
And so I need to have that go and get it spirit. Yeah. That gumption to tap into that. Right. So it's, for me, it's tapping into organizations that will align myself with being a loving husband and father. And then also, being a doctorate student.
That's right.
And starting a private practice. So I've been entrepreneurially minded lately.
Yeah.
Learning from people who are starting a business, starting a private practice, doing therapy. And that has been aligning myself with my goals. And there's so much out there.
That's it right there.
Focused on that. And then, being able to reach out and grab those opportunities. I'm relying on my ancestors and relying on God in the process of that. Right. Sometimes, things are difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I get down on myself, and it's really important that I really trust in God, trust in my ancestors, because there's plenty of people in my past that have done it before.
Yeah.
So being able to realize that, recognize that, believe that has been really beneficial to this season of my life.
Wow. Yes.
So I will answer the question, but I had some.
Oh no! Hey, this is your show. I tell you all the time now. So, come on now.
We've been talking. You talked a little bit about before that, like the work that you're doing. Working in the field, like working with the African American community, and we talked about in the beginning of this talk, like the Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
Right. So let's use that analogy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, but look at so. And I just watched the movie and things, and I really reflected on it. Harriet Tubman was fighting for the physical freedom. Right?
Ooh,
We're fighting for their mental freedom.
That's right.
Now, here's the thing. So when she left the first time,
right,
she was going to come back in the movie thing, and they're like, right, like the main guy, he's like, yeah, I don't think you should go back, right? Like, it was very dangerous. I don't know how you did the first time. She's like, I'm not going to listen. I need to go get them. So she goes initially first. Her purpose, she goes to get her husband. Right? That's what she thinks she goes to get.
Yes.
He remarried, other thing, but like, so then it's like 4 or 5 people that want to come with her.
Yes.
Okay. As they're about to go, basically, right? Like the fear they have to cross this river, and they can't do it. In the movie, right? She pulls out a gun. She's like, "Oh, you have to do it." Right. They don't, and so at one point they don't believe, right? But so she does it herself.
Yeah.
Right. And then they all follow after. So I think with that, and even the AB side, what they talk about. So in the Western sense of therapy, right? Like us as clinicians have the answer. We have the authority to fix a person.
Yes.
We even call them in AB side Wabakulu. Right.
And
what that means is the child of our ancestors.
Yeah.
And we're all children.
Children of our ancestors.
Right.
Yes.
So when they looked at Harriet Tubman going in Underground Railroad and thought that the only reason she could do it was because she was Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
Right. That's that therapy power structure. We understand if we're helping in the railroad, we're helping elicitate these people to mental freedom. Yes. We have to understand that we're all the same. Right? Yeah. All we have to do is believe the same way Harriet believed in this God, right? Whether it was irrational or not. Like, that's what we have to do. So I'm just looking at this allegory. Like, I see us in our same sense, right? We are in this mental liberation of our people. We're charting the railroad. And it's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to go, but are going to be hesitant.
Yeah.
Right? I'm saying it's like, right. The understanding should be that before we were here speaking about mental, and we were in that place of suffering too. Right. So like we can do what you can, right? We're still working on crossing the railroad. But
we sure are.
You
Oh my God. Go ahead.
No, I think I was just saying so then someone can't tell me that, right? We're still even in a different space. We're still in the same situation that we were back then.
Right.
Yeah.
And having to reclaim the power. It's like if people like Harriet, people like Douglas, if they didn't stand in their power and push others to stand in theirs, we wouldn't be able to speak.
Come on now.
Doing these things that we're doing today.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So I'm not complacent. I know that we can do so much more. Well, how do we do that? Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Tap into, and then when you were talking, what made me think the other part of the solution and the power is, and the medicine is that intergenerational. Society sets us up as though we don't need each other. Right. Yes, we do.
Right.
We do. Because you have so much to share. Your genius, my genius put together, but we're unstoppable.
Yeah.
But we want to like pit each other. No, society does that. Pit each other, us against each other. No. Because somebody, even a baby, can teach you something.
That's so true.
A baby, you can watch a baby. You can.
Yeah.
It blows my mind still to look at a birth of a baby. God says, look how these two things come together, and it creates a human being.
Yeah.
Is that genius? Oh, what that forms in the mama's womb, and you come with some eyes, ears, nose. Wait a minute now. You got legs, you got hold it.
Yeah.
So we need to also the analogy of just looking at babies and looking how things are created, looking at nature, looking at go out in nature more, and feed yourself the medicine that's out there.
Right.
The medicine is the trees, the stars, the moon, the clouds, the mountains. When you are there, they give you messages. It's in the wind. The ancestors are speaking in the wind to you.
Yeah.
And you can feel them giving you a hug. You can feel them. That's what inspires me. And I know that's passing down what we used to do. Why we make it so complex. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything?
No.
Oh, yeah. So, wow, we have 4 minutes. Oh, my God. So how can people get in contact with you? And if there's anything that's coming up or closing remarks, let's do that because we have 4 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 minutes each to do your thing.
Yes, I'll start. Yeah, you could find me on Instagram. That's daniels.zach, DANIELZ.Zach. And then also I'm on LinkedIn, heavy Zachary Daniels, or sorry, Zachary Simon on LinkedIn. I do have a live stream on LinkedIn where I talk about wellness and being whole. And so every week we do a live stream on LinkedIn where we talk about very personal things when it comes to health and wellness. And, last week we talked about time and, how I grew up in my relationship with time shifted. And so each week we talk about something related to health and wellness, and that's been really personal to me. You can also connect with me through email. My email is zach.daniel.simon@gmail.com. Hit me up. I would love to connect with other folks, especially Black men, Black folks in general. I want to learn, and I'm open to hearing your perspective and growing and from your wisdom.
Yes.
I guess maybe I have a LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is just my name, Elijah Virachetevin. And I guess what I'll say, we spent time to talk on the radio station, but we're in the field. We're doing the work.
Come on.
You got to catch me with the people.
Right?
I'm with the people right now. The goal is to organize and things, but at the moment we're doing the work. Even before I had a client right before this. We took some time to speak, but deeper than speaking, right? And one thing Fanon talks about, to get rid of the colonized mind is action.
Come on.
Right.
Whether it's action with me, with Zach, or alone. If I can inspire anything is I'm going to continue to take action after this. So should you.
Yeah.
Right. Look deep within your spirit and go to that action.
That's what's up.
Right. You'll find me there.
That's right. We'll all be walking there.
Yeah, you'll find me there.
That's right. The people's work.
The people's work. And to piggyback off what you said, oh my God, I would give my nonprofit is called BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. And it means begin healing brilliant minds. So our mission is to empower brilliant minds to take control of their own destiny. And then what we have 3 pillars. We have we give them the essential tools that they're going to need to empower themselves to be able to do that. And then it's the self-awareness, self-development. And then it's the health and wellness. and then financial literacy. So for you, those are the 3 pillars that we think and we feel that can be used to help you empower yourself.
Love that.
You can go to my website, www.bhbrilliantminds.org, bhbrilliantminds.org. This is the last radio show for the season.
Wow.
I mean, you guys, and we went out with a bang. Oh my God, I am so honored and thankful to have you all with me. And this, like you said, find us with the people. We are working together. Bay Area Black psychologists, pull them up. Is there a telephone number? I can't think of the number right off my hand, but you can go to our website to the Bay Area Black Psychologist.org. I believe that's what it is.
You don't have to be a psychologist.
And you don't say that,
if
please.
You're black, like I'm happy. If you're any type of black, right? What is it? The 1 drop rule. Yeah. This applies here too, right? So if you're black, like you want to learn about, right? Like how you can help your mind and how you can help yourself and how we can be in family. Join ABSI. Right?
Hey,
we need community members.
Yeah.
We do. Right. In order to continue to do the work.
Yes.
Because that's what we're doing. We're doing this underground work.
Right.
And we need support and we need people to come along with it. Even if you have, we're reaching out. BH Bring Your Mind is looking for a philanthropist. We're looking for any individual donations or whatever you can to keep the work going. You know that we do. Go to our website and check out what we do. We just not talking, we about it, and we with the people.
Right. And I'll take you get mad at me if you want. I'm mad at them.
Okay.
It was Christmas. You spend money with all these other Western holidays.
Put
money into black businesses.
Say it.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Let's keep it real. I mean, you know what? As everybody inspire others, and we do the same, and we should not shy away from being able to do that.
Right.
Even though we have different organizations, even though we have different things that we deal with. I was raised as a black woman. I can't run from that. I can't hide from that. I'm me. And I would hear my father speaking from his grave saying, hold it. What are we doing? Stand in your power, stand in who you are, respect that. And just keep walking.
That's right.
And do what you got to do.
Because it's like if you're really African now again, I'm talking about it's like you can support yourself, yes, but you can't fully be African and not support others. Because if you don't support people that look like you, you're not supporting yourself. It's a reflection. Again, so if you have to care about other people that look like you, that's caring about yourself.
And there's nothing wrong with owning your power, whatever race you are, own that.
Own it.
Own it. And that's all I'm basically saying is that I raised 2 black children.
Yeah.
And I am a black woman. And I know what it takes to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. Like with your mom, I had to do that too.
God
I had to supplement. Way. But however, I made it work.
Yeah.
And I didn't let it take away from who I am.
That's right.
And that's the key. So thank you for believing in Believe Radio. Thank you for tuning in to Believe Radio, which is a 24 hours gospel, inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul brings to you every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The first Saturday of the Cafe Le Blue Lounge. Artist Talk with my host, Rosinity. That's the co-host with that. And then we have the Medicine Hour, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the best medicine, Mr. George Pearson. And then the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show. My co-host is the Doc, the Voice, and the Prince of Hearts. And the fifth Saturday is the Voices That Care. And that's highlighting reentry and mental wellness. And Kel's co-host with me. And you all will be able to do that with me too. Ooh. So we want to say thank y'all. Be ready for 2026. We got something for you.
Yeah.
Tap into your genius, tap into your greatness. Don't forget who you are. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Barbara Howard Consulting, Education is the Best Medicine, and BH Brilliant Minds Project Inc. Thank you and good night. Please be safe. Happy Kwanzaa again. Celebrate and enjoy yourself and enjoy family. God bless you.